Have you ever wondered how a giant empire like Rome stayed strong for hundreds of years? How did they manage to feed millions of people, pay thousands of soldiers, and build roads, cities, and great monuments? Was it just because of their powerful army, or was there something else, something hidden yet more important? Welcome to our story on how taxes helped build and hold together the mighty Roman Empire. This isn't just a story of war and emperors. It's a story of coins, ledgers, and clever systems that made everything possible. The sun rose over the city of Rome. People began their day. Shops opened, workers got busy, and life returned to normal after years of war. But deep in the heart of the city, in a grand old temple, something very important was happening. Officials were managing the Roman treasury, the place where all the empire's money was kept. Next to it was the military treasury. Emperor Augustus had created this to pay soldiers after their service. He even donated his own money, millions of coins, to make sure Rome stayed peaceful and the army stayed loyal. Now that the wars were over, Rome could finally bring back taxes in an organized way. During the fighting, taxes had become messy or stopped altogether. But with peace, the empire could work properly again. While battles and heroes often fill the pages of history, the real power of Rome came from something more ordinary, a working tax system. The Roman Empire was massive. It ruled over people from Europe, Africa, and Asia. They spoke different languages, had different traditions, and followed different gods. Instead of forcing everyone to become Roman, the empire allowed them to keep their ways, as long as they paid taxes. Local leaders helped collect taxes in ways that fit their own regions. This made it easier for Rome to manage such a huge empire. The most important tax was the land tax. If you owned land, you had to pay a part of its value every year. Every 5 years, Roman officials would check land values and decide how much tax was owed. The rate was usually between 6 and 10%, but the government didn't always collect these taxes themselves. They hired private tax collectors, who paid the government first, then collected from the people. This system often led to corruption and unfairness. There was also a poll tax, which every adult in the provinces had to pay. Rome also taxed goods that moved between towns or countries. They taxed inheritances, slave freedom, and even sales. After Rome defeated Macedonia in 167 BCE, something big happened. The Senate stopped land taxes in Italy. This made rich landowners in Italy very happy, but poor people saw no benefit, and people in other provinces still had to pay. This made the rich richer and increased the gap between classes. Taxes paid for everything: soldiers, roads, aqueducts, markets, and food for the people. Without money, the empire couldn't survive. Taxes were also a way to control the people. They rewarded friends of Rome and punished those who disobeyed. In the end, it wasn't just Rome's strong army or clever leaders that held the empire together. It was the system of taxes, the silent, steady flow of coins, that kept Rome alive and powerful. So the next time you hear about Rome's mighty legions or grand emperors, remember this. The true heart of the empire wasn't just found on the battlefield. It was in the coins counted in quiet temples, in records written by scribes, and in the taxes paid by farmers and traders across the empire. Because even the greatest empires are built, not just on swords, but on silver. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the Roman taxation system. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more history brought to life. See you in the next video.